here on this December 13th, Friday the 13th, 2024. How fitting. Welcome to the show. Much love, all the people that join us for the shows here. I want to thank everyone that shares the stream. It's appreciated to the fullest. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button and just get in the habit of stopping in and checking my channel on YouTube and on X daily because I'm heavily censored. Notifications don't get sent out. I was talking to my wife earlier about that, about notifications. She subscribed and through the email and everything else, and so am I, and we never get the notifications for the emails. So when you guys share it, it really does fight the fight. It gets it out there in front of eyes that I can't reach. Pure bloods. Much love. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you for the super chat right out the gate. Yes, it's all in the Most High's hands, that's for sure. Thank you for the feedback. Walk with God. Jim. Lowrider in the house, man. Good to see you, brother. Gabe. Yes, much love. I hope all is well. Got plenty to cover here tonight. Got a lot of updates. Got more than I could fit in the title. Per the usual. But we've got a lot of juicy stuff here tonight. Interesting things that tie in specifically with the drone stuff going on. And a bunch of other headlines going to tear into as well. If you need to get anything to me, dabu7@yahoo.com. Email at me, just like Raymond did in the chat right there. Much love. And I can see it, and I'll try to get back to you. And, yeah, it's the name of the game. A lot going down. I want to start off here with one on Michael Jackson. You just don't hear much about him anymore. And I thought that this was rather interesting. They've got unreleased Michael Jackson songs that were found in an abandoned storage unit. They say that they're authentic. 12 unreleased songs. It's enough to make an album right there. I mean, you never know. You never know how good they're going to sound. Most of the time when something like this happens, it's, B-side or, whatever. But still, everyone's different. Some people could like it. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. Apparently, they were going through this abandoned storage unit, and these surfaced. But they say, here's why you won't hear them. And thank you, Doug, there in the chat. Thank you, Monica, as well, coming through huge. Jeez. Thank you, big time. Thank you for the coffees here. I can't keep up. Everything just came in so quick. Thank you, Arma. Thank you, TMT, for the coffees. Appreciate it more than you guys know. Again, Doug, God bless. Yes, man. Thank you guys for all the support. Appreciate it more than you know. Again, thank you, Monica. You're not going to see these because it's going to stay in court and it's going to go back and forth about who owns it. And there's already massive disputes over everything that he left behind. He was pretty slick. Michael got his hands on licensing to some Beatles music and other stuff. So much so that it was such a power move that it ticked McCartney off, Paul McCartney. And he had it going on in terms of having control of his stuff. Michael did. And I really feel like it's one of the main reasons they tried to remove him, outside of the fact that he was starting to speak truths and expose everything. I'll never forget one of the last videos that I ever saw of Michael. It was on social media right before he died. He was in a circle outside somewhere. It was right around sunset, low light, but outside, daylight. And they were sitting there talking, and they were like, we got to get this right. We got to get this right. Like right now, like they just got to discussing something super top secret, and you could tell it was like down to the wire. They were getting ready to try to pull something off. They were just praying and saying, God, help us get this right. And then the next thing you know, Michael's dead. And I'm like, man, I always felt like they got him. I always felt like his doctor got him. Um, I always feel like Michael, along with all the rest that are targeted by the beast. You know, once the beast puts their sights on you, you're marked, and they're gonna tear you down in the media. They're gonna spread all these rumors and do all these things. And by all accounts, Michael was dumping right before he died information from what I could see, just like Tupac, and others that were that woke up, had just woke up literally to what was going on around them, firing lawyers, making moves, changing things up, and then they come and they assassinate them, take them out, man. Watch me, Pimp C. So many people they've knocked off, man. Anyhow, rest in peace, Michael. Um, turn up my mic a little. Everybody said I had 5x5. So, does that sound better? Am I good? Raymond, that was a quick 5x5. Feedback. Wow, man. What you love, Gary? The Sticks Woodworking says 2x4. I'm just looking for a little bit more feedback here to see if anybody else said anything. I don't want people complaining about audio. All right, thank you, Steve. Kathy. Audio fine. All right, everything's good. All right. We're going to keep it pushing. Get this thing going with an alert here. And thank you, Mark D, for the coffees. Much love. Instrumental Studios. Yes, and Prince the same way. They knocked off Prince the same way. Prince was same thing. Same exact thing. He was sitting there telling truths. He was dropping jewels. He was dropping little signals at big speeches. He was dropping it in code. When you go back and you look at it, it was obvious. I put a video out here on YouTube on Prince, if you guys don't know, that ended up getting attacked and removed for no reason outside of the fact of what I said was the truth. It was his last message on social media. It was crazy about him if he died or anything like that. He knew. He let me know and anyone else paying attention that someone was on him, and they got him. Pisses me off, dude. It pisses me off. It's just like John McAfee. They got him. You know, they arrested him and they Epsteined him in the jail. Like nobody talks about it enough. The man knew it. Knew they were going to get him. He even got a tattoo and put it on his arm and said, whacked. Nobody's done that before. Like ahead of time. That's how bad this beast is. It just drops bodies. It's pathetic. Anyhow, let's get this thing going. Brown snow falling over Maine. And they're warning, don't touch it. Don't eat it. Don't play in it. None of that. Because even though they're saying it's not toxic, they haven't tested everything for pH levels and all this other stuff it could cause irritation to the skin. We really don't know. They say that this facility released a chemical into the air, and when it mixed in or like basically froze, turned into snow, it came to, instead of just evaporating, it turned into snow. You'll see this sometimes around power plants and other things. Right, instrumental. Just when you thought you were safe. But I'm telling you. Yep. It's why I say Illuminati all the time on my post. Yeah, to kill this Illuminati off. The beast. And all the negativity with it. Well, let's go to this New Madrid seismic zone. Raising concerns over the big one. You can see right here. The zone in red. Right there. Right out, this cuts right through Real Foot Lake. The last big a series of earthquakes that hit here in the 1800s. That's what created Reelfoot Lake. And it also made the water flow backwards up the Mississippi, back to the Ohio. And it's seeing a little bit of activity. When I looked on the earthquake maps, they don't always show all the smaller ones, but there's enough in terms of these small ones to basically get their attention. They're saying that something's happening here. You got a swarm going on, and it's reviving fears that this thing could be coming to life because they're picking up quakes in the 2 range or more, like every other week now. It's a slight pattern, but it's a pattern. And it's the type of things they watch for. They say between December 6th and the 11th, 8 earthquakes were recorded from magnitudes ranging 1.8 to 3.0. Now, that's an uptick. That's not what the earthquake map was even showing. But see, they don't always show everything. They don't have everything that some of these other sites got that got access to some of the other seismic devices out there. They said the strongest quake in the series was magnitude 3, struck near Howardville, Missouri on December 9th. 7 of the quakes centered in Missouri, while 1 was in Tennessee. So, just a heads up, you start to feel any rumbling in the Midwest. You know, when you get over 3, you're going to start definitely feeling them around there. You cross 5, they can cause damage. It's all about, where as well, the type of fault. Jay, man, much love. All right, Jay, I got a message from the chat here. It says, hey, bro, I'm from New Jersey. I'm honestly really scared what's going on with these drone sightings. I think that it could be aliens, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Thank you for the comment. I'll tell you, personally, I don't think that it's aliens. Okay? Just if I can help ease things for you a little bit. Everyone's going to have their opinions, and everyone's at different levels here at observing this. But there's a couple things going on, and I haven't even got to all that yet. I've got a ton to tie into on this, but since you dropped a super chat, I want to address this. I don't think it's aliens. I'm going to break into this more, but just remember, there's a difference between a bird and a duck. There's a difference between a UFO and a drone. Okay? Don't forget that. There's 2 big differences. UFOs don't come with green and red FAA lights like these drones are. No UFO I've ever seen in history has ever had any kind of lighting on it like that. These are controlled by man. I'm going to say, and also AI. We've already been warned about it, and it's already there. They've already got it. It's probably what we're seeing. And I'm going to jump into this a whole lot more here in just a bit. Working my way up to it. I got a bunch of updates on it, but just wanted to point the quakes out and thank you for the comment. But that's my feeling. It does not mean though that they're not setting the stage for something crazy, for like some kind of false event that we've always known is coming. Who had that in the cards here within the next 30 days? And apparently that's also out there. We've got 30 days. That's when it's all going to be going down. So this new study links Ozempic to vision loss. And this is being confirmed by Harvard research. I don't know anyone that's on it personally, but if you guys, anyone out there knows, if anyone that's messing with this or on it, tried it, anything like that, permanent vision loss coming from this Ozempic, that's not good. So it's It's like one of them things you see on an infomercial where it's like they got the micro machine man talking at the end so quick that you can't understand it. He's talking about all these things may cause internal bleeding and hemorrhaging and all these other things, heart attack. If you do experience any of this, contact your local doctor, and all this crap. Like, do you really want to take something like that? Well, that's Ozempic. It's causing permanent vision loss. Hey, just saying, I try to cover some of these things when I come across them, throw them out there. Dive into some economics here real quick. It's going to kind of push through some of these stories a little quicker than usual because I've got a lot to talk about on the drone stuff. If you're looking to buy a house across the country, which I think is important, we got to keep this country going. These areas in red are not ideal, they're saying right now, in terms of affordability. The lighter shades area are. So, the West Coast usually not too much of a surprise, but this encompasses the entire West. And then even in a place like Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida. There's places, the housing's higher. Free energy, thank you. So, just saying, we're going to think about some of the stuff if you're out there looking, because Iowa, Ohio, half the cost of California. Just saying. Literally, on the percentage here. And I kind of warned about this during the hurricanes, that we were going to take another hit on orange juice, but this is a staple, a big thing that we produce here in America out of Florida that has been slipping away. They've been letting Brazil get in on the action more and more, and then with the hurricanes coming through, it affects how much we're growing and putting out there. And look at this chart. Florida's produced the fewest oranges since 1930. You think something's going on here? It just drove it off a cliff. Yeah. They say orange juice futures have surged to $5 per pound. That's a staggering 433% increase from the COVID era lows of around $1 per pound. Yeah, so 5x right there on oranges, orange juice, everything else. At that rate, another year like that, it could start drying up. That's taking you back down. That's taking you into the depression window. It's kind of ominous. Yeah, we got to stay on top of producing things. We got to stay like mastering certain things. Got to be on top of it. We got to be of value. We can't just be consumers of everything from everyone else and not be manufacturing anything, producing anything. We need to be flexing, in my opinion, in that department. We need to really be monopolizing, all these areas. Like we see the problems with drones coming out of China and all the technology or chips. Then we should make them. The chips, the drones, the parts, the batteries, all of it. Thank you, Colleen, for the coffees and the support. Much love. Well, Trump is obviously come out to be pro-crypto here. Trump and all them want to be the U.S., make the U.S. the world's crypto capital. They're backing this WorldCoin project, which I'd mentioned before as well. It's all big push. That's why crypto is very, very bullish right now. Bitcoin's been running high. It'll have pullbacks and corrections. Everything does. But Trump said he wants to see Bitcoin get to 150,000 early in his term here. It's like mean, he just put a benchmark out there. So I guarantee you now they're going to try to hit it at some point. I just want people to know that they're really going down this avenue with the crypto. He may do away with certain taxes on it, and that changes the game. If he takes away the trap that was on it, that I've been warning you about forever, that's huge. It's a big game changer. It doesn't change the fact, though, that it's all trackable and traceable, which it all is on blockchain. And that's the big trap. But most people are falling for the other trap, a tax trap on it, that they're not aware of all the stuff connected. But if Trump does away with all the stuff, it's going to change it big time. It's going to make it like Super Bowl. Just saying. And Jay and Joe show official. So you guys are telling me that this is a staged fake alien invasion called Project Bluebeam. Trump gets into office in a month. I'm so confused. Well, maybe you're a product right now of exactly what they're wanting, confusion. Because that seems to be part of the psyop here. That's what they want to sow is confusion. You're going to see, I haven't even got to the drone stuff, but I've never once came out and said, no, that this is it. This is a fake alien invasion. This is Project Bluebeam. No, I'm honestly getting quite sick of seeing it. I'm getting quite sick of seeing people say it's Project Bluebeam because it's not. And I give some people a pass because they just don't know better and they're just regurgitating everything they've been brainwashed with forever. And Bluebeam is very real and it can be used at any time, but that is definitely not what we're seeing. People can hear these things right above them and everything else, and they're there. These things are there. They're not holograms. They're not being projected. I haven't seen that yet. When I see proof of that, then we'll start talking. But these are just very normal things. They're not orbs. They're not UFOs. They're not traveling, zipping, disappearing in the blink of an eye. They're not doing none of that. They're doing what my drone would do in the sky and would look similar because they've got, again, green and red FAA lights on them. So it's humans controlling them. To me. And you don't blow the whole Project Bluebeam and that whole move on a drone. That just doesn't make any sense to me. You do it on, like, making it look like the Messiah is coming in the sky. Or there's an alien invasion of, like, motherships, like, all over the place. Coming down upon every city. Something like that magnitude. Not like this, in my opinion. So the people pushing everyone's got their opinions, but people pushing that stuff again, I think it's off. Although this could tie into something bigger. It could. Again, I gotta get into this. I gotta get to it. I'm gonna keep pushing. India, preparing for a CBDC all across the country. And this is what we warned you about. This is what we always warn about right here. And gee, thank you. It's what we always warn about right here. It's what you don't want to see, but yet look what they're doing. They found a way to get it rolled out in the most populated country on the planet. And they're doing so successfully here. India clamps down in crazy ways. We've seen it with gold. But yet gold has to stay in the cycle. Gold is part of how they live. Making ornaments, doing things for festivals, holiday seasons. It always has been part of their, like, religious tradition. So gold's always going to be a part of their society like that. They've come to this realize. John Boy, thank you. CBDC is the ultimate trap. Once you're on it, you're on any kind of full digital currency. They've got you. Now, they're going to track the people in India like rats. They're going to track them, their every move. And this is crazy because all throughout India, have you ever seen India? You ever seen how the streets operate? how everything goes down. Like, there's so many little huts and little spots and places that every single one of them now is going to have a phone, which they're all modernized now. They made sure that everyone's got all this. And since they made sure all these little villages and everyone's got their phones, this and that, then they can participate with CBDC. And that's exactly what they're doing. And it's taken them some time to get it fully rolled out, but this is where it's at, man. Digital rupee. We were talking about this in 2017. That's how they've been pushing this hard for that long. Here you go. So the whole place is going to be driven on it. This has been their end game goal, and you're actually going to see a place fulfilling it right here, full scale, which is ominous, man. It's not what you want. There's no financial freedom in that. All these little people in the village, this is like all the people that are at a little market around you, a flea market, or a yard sale, or down on the corner at the market selling produce. Those people are only making a few bucks at the end of the day. You think that they want to get taxed by Uncle Sam? Most of them are not, because they're paying cash. And all these people across our country that operate like that, the lemonade stands, all that stuff, they don't get taxed. But as soon as you're on a CBDC, every freaking bit of it is taxed. Everything. You can't hide it no more. Because they force you to have to pay this way where it's tracked. And that's a trap. So, again, it's ominous. You never want to get forced onto this. John Boyce, again, you said that it's a cover-up for them flying over. That's why they're overloading the sky with drones or not. Respect the comment. But I have yet to see a UFO mixed in with these. Not one clip. Every single clip is drones. I have not seen anything of a UFO mixed in with these guys. Not one yet. Again, just saying. So, and there's a big difference, as I said earlier. Okay? People are mixing things and confusing things, and they're doing it to themselves because you just use common sense. I mean, at what you're looking at. It's like a bird and a duck. It's the best analogy I can think. There's a difference here between a drone and a UFO. They're two obviously different things. And I don't know. I think it's small-minded people that can't differentiate the difference here for what's going on. I don't know. I'm a drone pilot, and I think it's obvious that when you've got human lights on objects, they're that, and when they can't outrun the helicopter, or all they can do is go dark on them. It's obviously not a UFO to me. There's a huge separation there. And I mean, and then orbs are a whole different thing. You're talking energy, free flow energy. Me seeing those comments, me seeing someone say that like that, well, now you can see where it makes me just say, okay, well, again, well, where's the UFOs? You know, I haven't seen one yet. It's covering, this whole story's covering for the real UFOs that are there. Well, I mean, where's the proof of that, too? I mean, I'm just saying. If someone wants to see proof and evidence, and I'll share it. I'd like, you're going to see tonight, and like I constantly do. But until then, and I'm going to get to the drone stuff here in just a second. I'm just going to skip through a couple of these here. Let's just jump up here to Elon. He is getting attacked and targeted, and I feel like pray for peace as Trump will turn on us. Well, nothing is what it seems, you know. Nothing is what it seems. The Gemini peak tonight, meteor shower. Thank you for the heads up out there. So anyone's outside, got clear skies to stop, take a look up for a minute. You might get a show. Thank you. Elon getting targeted and attacked. And, I mean, what's the odds here with the timing? It kind of feels that way. Kind of feels like he's being, like, extorted. The world's richest man. Several people have said this. Time to ride. Much love. Hey, TNF. Inside. Time to ride. Much love. Hey, thank you, TNF, showing up. Good to see you. Thank you for the comment. Orbs are our friends. I'm just trying to watch a little bit of the chat here as well. So they're trying to say that Elon buying Twitter, that there was some kind of nefarious stuff. And then they're also opening up a case here into Neuralink, which is two different fronts. And he bought Twitter for $44 billion. And that year, the SEC launched an investigation into whether he violated everything. So that was in 2022. So they just want to keep these things ongoing to, like, what, hang over his head? It makes no sense to me. It's like, if you open it in 2022, you should know. I mean, what's the issue here? What is the issue? He bought it for $44 billion. He violated security laws. How? Like, you guys, everybody had to approve the purchase and all this stuff and be cool with it for it to even go down. So that's exactly what he's looking back and saying and being like, this is ridiculous. Like, you guys are obviously politically attacking me and just trying to extort me for money. And Brazil tried to do this to him. Everybody just trying to get the little chunk of money out of the world's richest man. But see, he can't let it be seen or known that they can get away with this because others will try to do it and they'll just pick him apart then. He's on his way to be the first trillionaire. So of course people are targeting him to try to get money off him any way they can. Yeah. I mean, really, for real. Boeing falling apart constantly. And it looks like Donald Trump will not be flying in a new Air Force One, which is rather interesting. I mean, I don't know. Would you want to fly on a Boeing or anything falling apart all the time, having issues? I wouldn't. But they need to get it together. Boeing, I would be going with a whole different outfit or trying something different in terms of safety. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here with all this and all the safety stuff concerning Trump and this and that. It kind of makes you wonder sometimes. And if you didn't hear, there's going to be a brand new city in Texas. And this is the power of the world's richest man, Elon Musk. Starbase is going to be a city. So they're officially going to call this place Starbase, Texas. Which is it's a wild name. Some could argue it's on the cooler side of crazy names that a city could be called, but it's called Starbase, and you can see where it sits out here. It's in a secured area. They've got security around it and this and that, and it's out right here on the water in Texas. Who knows what all they'll be doing down there? But anyone that's got a camera or camcorder can get eyes on that stuff. You just never know what you're going to see rolling out of Starbase. I'm telling you. With the way things are changing, look at the whole drone thing right now, UAPs, UFOs. New technologies will be rolled out here. Under the cover of darkness, they've had stuff. They've had stuff, man. Like I said, me and Spiro went to Area 51, Tikaboo Peak, 26 miles away from Area 51. You can see Area 51. I seen it with my own freaking eyes. And they pulled something out of the hangar, did a show for us. I got it all on film. It's all right here on YouTube. Sure enough. And they've got wild stuff, and it disappeared. It gyroed and gyroed and gyroed, just disappeared. They gave us a treat. They've been having some crazy stuff. And you all know it. I seen it with my own eyes. And I got the proof for it. As crazy as it sounds, it's right. It's there. We pulled off some crazy stuff. There had never been a live stream from Tikaboo onto Area 51, and we were the first ones to ever do it. Me, Cannons, and Spiro. All the documentary places that went, History Channel, all them places that went, they did documentaries. They all had footage, and you seen it late at night, or you seen it here and there, and we all did, right? But none of them went live. There was nothing live. We did the first live from up there. We couldn't find it. So we were like, it was a challenge. Also couldn't find any drone footage. So we did that too. Cigarettes, man. Thank you for gifting the memberships. Welcome to the underground, everybody. Yeah, you can barely see it. I didn't fly my drone over Area 51. I flew it straight up off the peak of Tikaboo, but you can see the base. So you could see the little white buildings. You could see them from my drone footage. So technically, it was the first drone footage of that we knew of Area 51. 2 first-timers on that trip, knocked out. 2 birds, 1 stone. We sure did. And we always said we wanted to go back for a night mission because, boy, we had to take quads. We had to take quads up these trails, and then we couldn't take the quads no more. We had to hike because the trail got too steep. Talk about adventure. It was fun. Boy, bucket list, man. You ever get a chance to go out there and do that, I'd get it in. If I ever get to go out west again, boy, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, you need a drone. I like drones. They're fun. Been a drone pilot for years. They're unique. They're fun. And, there's no secret to it that they can be an invasion of privacy, but you gotta have respect with them, right? But as long as you're not doing nothing nefarious with them, like what we're seeing now, you can do a lot with them. You can capture a lot. You can see things that you can get into places like in these national parks. That's why they don't want you to fly there. You can actually see things, structures, and things that you don't see from the ground. And John Boy, welcome to the underground. All right, look at this. I gotta throw this out there. The Biden administration boasts about making the first ever climate change related arrests. So they've arrested someone. This Michael Hart out of San Diego, California, convicted of illegally bringing forbidden greenhouse gases into the United States. As crazy as this all sounds, smuggling potent greenhouse gases. The dude did it, he got busted, and it made a case. And they could have created the whole thing just to make a case, just to have one on record, because then they got one on record, and they get the ball rolling. Anyhow, Trump's going down a different avenue. They're against all this climate stuff, and they're going to peel back a lot of stuff related to it. Oh, yeah, Gio, you are in San Diego. And thank you for all the awesome pics you're always sending. They are warning that the United Healthcare CEO assassination could spark the next wave of Occupy Wall Street 2.0. I'm going to tell you that I've seen an astonishing amount of support for Luigi. I think that the people that are fed up with everything, just all in all, and even the young that don't realize everything, they're green. They see it as even though he's a murderer, killed somebody in cold blood, they see him as being a rebel in this whole thing. But the sad thing is they see that. We can't get them to see the psyop. We got to get them to see some of the obvious things that are connected here. Man, I tweeted out a clip on 286 that is just, when you see these things, I always say watch the signs, but there's something with the numbers, with this Luigi character and the number 286 that you can't deny. It falls into the category of the numerology and all that stuff, because when these things pop up, it's almost similar to like a synchronicity. It's like a signature. Okay? I got a clip here actually. I'm gonna pull up and share with you guys right here. Get up on the screen. We'll blow it up. And I'm gonna start it from the beginning. And I just want you to see what this dude's doing here real quick. He put out a quick video. It says Luigi in 286. And absolutely no way. When you see these synchronicities, there's something at play, okay? Now, watch here, because it goes kind of quick. But what he's doing is he's typing in things. He's looking on Luigi's page at his follower count, how many posts he had, this and that. And then this number pops up all over the place. So here we go. That is pretty wild. That is pretty wild, man. All the connections right there. The 286. Be coming back to my feed here in just a second. I just wanted to point that out, though. Now, the whole connection here with why this guy would have got assassinated, and I told you the CEO was being investigated for high-level insider trading, and he was doing so with Nancy Pelosi and company. And it was said that Nancy Pelosi had came to him and his company with $250,000 to invest into the trading. So this is what pulled Palo Alto, which is Nancy Pelosi's tied into the whole thing, which was just like, there's no way it wasn't a coincidence. She is definitely connected. We were talking about Nancy Pelosi and insider trading before all this. I mean, give me a break. We've been talking about it for years. How'd she get her net worth of $250 million off that salary? Huh? How? How do all of them do it? It's treasonous, and they're busted. I'm telling you, it's insider trading to the fullest. This guy just so happened to be, tied in at a high level. I mean, all this is monitored by the feds, and it's like, they pull your card and then it's over. Well, this is why we suspected that Pelosi and them may have had. Well, who would benefit? Here you go. If you're an investigator, you have to ask yourself, who would benefit from knocking off the CEO? Anyone that's doing high-level dealings with the dude. Who matches that profile? Pelosi. She does. Regardless, she does. She falls right into the slot, and you just can't deny it. All the connections are there. But now, mysteriously, she's been hospitalized. She either got thrown down a flight of steps or she fell in Luxembourg, and she's got a fractured hip now. Remember, we've seen all these people with black eyes left and right because of ritual stuff. It's all real. If this could have been an accident, I don't know, but the timing's kind of odd. If it's even true. But Pelosi in the hospital, fractured hip, they're saying. And they're going down, man. There should be like term limits. These people out here saying, get them out of here. McConnell in a wheelchair, getting wheeled out. So you've got Biden falling apart. You've got McConnell falling apart. You've got Nancy Pelosi now. And I'm just saying, they're all old. They're like in their 80s. From my own experience in life, when older people fall and fracture a hip and break a hip, man, I don't know what it is. They die like not long after. I don't know. I've seen it happen time and time again. I know some of you guys out there probably can relate, but I've seen it like it shocked me because it got to the point to where like once it happened again to somebody that I'd known, I was freaking, and it was a short time later they were gone, and I was like, wow, yeah, downhill fast. It's oh, you bring up the whole Jay Leno thing and all that. Same thing. Like, there was something more sacrificial. That dude looked like he got beat in the face. I don't know. And they said they fell. Yeah. All these really bad accidents, there never seems to be caught on film, you know? When everything else does. So, let's get to Biden real quick. He announces clemency. We're gonna pop off with the drone stuff here at the top of the hour. Biden announces one of the largest one-day acts of clemency in history. He pardons 39 people, commutes 1,500 sentences. People that were put away for some crazy stuff. People are pissed off about this, like just for different reasons. Like there's certain people that are getting let loose or getting everything commuted. And people from their cities where these people committed crimes are not happy. And they're voicing their concern. Nancy tripped over a hammer. Thank you, John Boy. So this guy could still do more. We warned about it, you know. All these pardons and this and that, long list. He said he wasn't going to do Hunter. He turned around and did. And now here comes this big list. 1,500. I can't. That's way too much to sit here and rifle off. It's a bunch. I'm sure there's going to be more. We've got this window to get through. Trump rings in the bell. He is named Time Person of the Year. So, Mr. Felon, now Time Person of the Year, Mr. Gentile Messiah. Here's one I agree with him on. He's vowing to abolish daylight savings time. He says it's inconvenient, it's costly to our nation, and I'll be honest. I would rather have that little bit of light in the evening, personally, this time of year. This gets dark too early. When it's dark like 5:30, 6 o'clock, it's like, what the? Like, every little hour counts in the winter. So it's like of daylight, trying to get stuff done outside, do things like this. But, yeah, hey, bring it on. If you're going to do it, I think a lot of people are liking that. So we'll see. Canada, Ontario specifically, firing back at Trump over tariffs, saying that they're going to raise the price of gas and oils and everything, and they're gonna throw it back at him. And I warned of this. It's what I call tariff wars, and it's gonna expand. Right now, you can see the tariffs that are in place here globally on the Chinese tech alone. This is just the Chinese tech. When it comes to EVs, the United States and Canada both have 100% tariffs on the stuff. Okay, and this is going to go way more extreme under Trump. E-bikes, all this stuff, semiconductors, solar cells. So there's a 50% right now tariff on that. Automobiles, 50%. Consumer electronics, 15 to 30%. Lithium-ion batteries, 25%. People need these things. A ton of your electronics, if not almost all of them, especially advancing into the years to come, they're all going to run off these lithium batteries. You know what I don't like? I don't like you cannot remove the battery in products anymore. It's almost like I was like this with an old phone I had. It was like one of the last ones where you could take the battery out. And I needed to be able to do that out in the field just because of many different reasons, to reset the phone and all the stuff. You can't do that now. You can't take the battery out of the phone. You can't remove it. It's like, what the? So it's like once it goes out or drains down and all this and that, it's like the phone's obsolete. Same thing with laptops, same things with iPads, all the stuff. It's built in. So I don't trust none of this stuff, man. Anything coming from the alleged enemy going into World War III from China. Look, man, the Mossad in Israel showed us that they can blow up electronics at will. They can raise the vibration in them, and they can blow up these lithium-ion batteries and just blow people apart. Hit them with high frequency. Heat up the battery. It's all it is, man. Superheater. Boom. It's a little mini bomb. Every little battery is. And they exposed this. They exposed this full scale. And not just in phones. In all types of different devices that had lithium batteries in it. So, just saying, I'd buy some solar panels, man. I'm telling you, I'd get some bifacial solar panels that collect light from both ways. I'd get them. I'd hook them up. I'd get off the grid. I'd get prepared. And I'd get them now. It'd save you. It'd save you in the long run. Keep it pushing here. We're coming up on top of the hour. Zuckerberg giving Trump $1 million. Really? He's sucking up to him big time. And Trump invites China's Xi Jinping to his inauguration. This is rather interesting. He invites Xi to the inauguration. This world's a stage. He is Western trained. The whole world's a stage and a show, I'm telling you. Anyhow, these two get along. He can talk all this tariff war, and we could be on the edge of World War III out here and all this, but Xi Jinping was very good friends with Henry Kissinger. And you should do your research on that. Once you do enough little research on that, just a little bit, you prove it to yourself, and you go see what I'm telling you. And you go open up a couple things, and you see just how Western trained and good of friends he was with Henry Kissinger. You see just how much this whole thing's a fraud. It's all set up. All these guys are put into position. Rothschild has controlled China since the days of Mao. Don't you ever forget it. All right. And we're going to jump to the drones. The top of the hour here. It's what I call Dronegate. The Dronegate cover-up. I seen the name earlier, talking about the White House because they're trying to deny this. I was like, well, it's probably a pretty good name. The Dronegate cover-up, because I believe it's just that. We're gonna dive down some rabbit holes. Okay, it's time to use discernment. So, get ready. And we're gonna start off here. I'm just gonna go through story by story, and we're gonna pick them apart. This afternoon, today, we had reports sent out that alleged a drone crash and that there was a massive operation searching for it. I even had people in my chat saying that they're missing it. It's in a tree. Saying all types of crazy stuff. Well, it was a false alarm. One apparently didn't go down, or they're lying. But this was a real report. It's not the first. There was one the other day talking about one went down. And they actually said the fire department was actually on the ground around that one and with no one around it. But no, we can get no more confirmations on that. But there's a protocol that you're going to see here in a minute that's been put out. Okay? But this, they're saying, was a false alarm. Okay? This is going on a lot. With these drone sightings. And as you can see right here, the New York mayor, he's saying first responders, they're now instructed to wear hazmat suits if a drone falls out of the sky. I repeat, the mayor of New Jersey is telling first responders to wear hazmat suits if the drone falls from the sky. And I've tweeted out all this information or posted it on X. We're going to go back to my timeline here because it's full of a bunch of stuff we're going to have to go over. And you should be following me on X, man, because breaking news, breaking stuff throughout the day. Before you're ever going to see a video on something, if something's breaking, I mean, it's shared on X before anywhere. It spreads on X before anywhere. So you're missing out. I don't care if you don't like the platform, the way it looks, shape, what it's called, this and that. If you're looking for breaking news and information, you ain't going to find it anywhere quicker than there. It beats Facebook, beats any and all of them by far. And I don't even be posting on Facebook anymore. We tried to post this drone stuff the other day. That's when we knew that this was an op, because they were censoring it big time. And it wasn't just me. It was tons of people in the comment section saying the same thing. And we knew something was up. We knew right at the gate something was up with all this. And sure enough, it just keeps escalating. So now, people are being warned that if this happens, not to go near it, to call 911, to call the fire department, to not touch this, and that fire responders are to wear hazmat suits when they go near them. So until we get, some solid footage of one of these things up close, and I've got some good footage tonight, but I'm talking like a downed one, parts, serial numbers, and instruments that are on it and, see what we're really working with here. Until this happens, and it can happen at any time, because when you've got people out there already shooting at these things, which you're about to see as well, it's something's going to give here. One of these things are going to come down. I'm telling you, one of them's going to come down. I'm telling you, if they haven't already. But this is what they're saying, and I've got an alert we're going to look at here in just a second as well. FBI and DHS saying that there's no evidence that the Jersey drones pose a national security threat. They just keep saying this. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's them. It's the government. It's the government. And they can say it's not them. They can say it's not the military. They could say, oh, it may be a private, this garbage. Well, they're not saying anything, to be honest with you. They should be. And if it is a private company or something like that, they should be saying that, not leaving everybody panicked, because that's what they're creating is panic. They are. And they want to say, oh, we don't want to say nothing, in the usual excuses, because they don't want to create panic. Well, that's garbage. You were doing the opposite. You were creating panic by not saying anything. By trying to say it's not an adversary, that it's not a foreign adversary, that it's not a threat, that it poses no threat. And, who's going to be allowed to fly drones over our most secure bases? Huh? They would have done shot them down. It's them. And I'm not saying that it's just flat out like our military. It's a contractor. This is becoming very clear. It's someone like DARPA. The guys that have these toys, that were paid all the money to make them, to test them, and from the information that I'm seeing, we're witnessing a massive drill. We're witnessing a massive real-time operation right now. It's part of the operation. And part of it is for confusion, and they're watching in real time to see how people respond, while gaslighting you, telling you that, oh, it's nothing. It's not them. It's not bad guys. It's not us, but it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. They know who it is and what it is, and they're not telling you. And I feel they're not telling us because it's buying them time. And the more time they have here, they can conduct this in real time over all these different places. And there's different avenues to this, as you're about to see. Oh boy, there's some rabbit holes that have opened up tonight. But again, they're saying that it's no threat. I'm telling you, it's them. I don't care if it's DARPA or what. It's an alphabet gang of this government. Do you understand? It falls under the same dang banner. It is them. It is our government. Okay? Period. It's them. They are doing this. So people should be highly upset that your government is gaslighting you right to your face, like you've never had it done before. Say, oh, there's no evidence of anything, but they won't tell you anything else. It's ridiculous. So, this goon. White House spokesman Kirby denying the drone incursions, despite the military bases confirming it, despite the Coast Guard confirming it, despite hundreds of people confirming it, if not thousands at this point, this guy, bald-faced, lies. Look at that face. Look at that face right there. That's an MK Ultra government establishment. He's going to lie right to your face and say whatever he has to. And he don't care about it. He's doing just that. He is lying straight to the face of everyone out there. Let me see here on this clip.
Now, finally, I just want to add a few comments on the reports of drone activity here on the East Coast, particularly in and around New Jersey. We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat, or have a foreign nexus. The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI are investigating these sightings, and they're working closely with state and local law enforcement to provide resources using numerous detection methods to better understand their origin. Using very sophisticated electronic detection technologies provided by federal authorities, we have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully. The United States Coast Guard is providing support to the state of New Jersey and has confirmed that there is no evidence of any foreign-based involvement from coastal vessels.
You're a liar,
and importantly, there are no reported or confirmed drone sightings in any restricted airspace.
Oh, you're a liar.
We certainly take seriously the threat that can be posed by unmanned aircraft systems, which is why law enforcement and other agencies continue to support New Jersey and investigate the reports, even though they have uncovered no malicious activity or intent at this particular stage. While there is no known malicious activity occurring, the reported sightings there do, however, highlight a gap in authorities. And so we urge Congress to pass important legislation that will extend and expand existing counter-drone authorities so that we are better prepared to identify and mitigate any potential threats to airports or other critical infrastructure, and so that state and local authorities are provided all the tools that they need to respond to such threats as well.
They're looking for more power. Now, this dude's garbage. He's a liar. I can't recall a time in recent memory where so many different officials have come out and they're just boldly lying about this. The guy just said, we haven't figured out, who's behind this yet. So he's lying right there. They know who this is. They know. Now, there's a side out here that's going to tell you that they don't know. And that there's some people that defected that are behind this. Boy, I'm about to peel y'all's cap back. We've got some stuff that's being shared tonight that we're going to get to around involving Stephen Greer. Okay? And what he's saying and doing, which has red flags all over it. I'm about to get to that. The whole thing there is off. Something's off. But some other reps are saying, look, they're lying. Here's MGT, her take on it and what they're saying. Wanted to play it just so you can see how some of Congress feels about it in this whole charade.
Well, number one, I'm going to call it total bullshit that no one knows what these are. And I think it's a slap in the face to the American people to say they don't know what this is. They can track down a guy that just killed a CEO, but they can't identify what nightly drones are and where they're coming from. I think that is absolutely disgusting to lie to the American people like this, and the truth needs to be told about it. Secondly, if they're telling the truth, then this country is in horrible shape. We're all in danger. I mean, seriously, if our great government can't identify what these drones are, they're flying every single night, that people are sitting out there videoing with their cell phones, then no American is safe. And I have no respect if our government cannot say what these are.
So if we don't know who they are, right, so it's got to be somebody else. Or they're just not telling us and they know who it is. And some people have said maybe it's, for an adversary. What do you think?
I seriously don't know, but I think they know. I think our Pentagon knows. Our Pentagon should know, right? The Department of Defense absolutely should know. And I'm not privy to that information. We're not in control yet. But I'll call them a bunch of liars. I think they're full of shit.
Because they're saying they don't know. So it's like, if you don't know, then...
If they don't know, they need to resign in shame. That's what I think. And we need people in charge that can know what this is.
So, you can... Look, you know how I feel about politicians. I don't trust none of them. It's a politician. And that's what all these people are. But it's always wise to just keep your eyes open to see what everyone's saying. See how they're acting. The stories corroborate. Someone's lying. You never figure out the whole thing until you get all the pieces of the puzzle on the table. And if you ignore some, well, then you're never going to figure it out. Trump, he responds with an explosive post on Truth Social. He just flat out says that they need to tell the American public who this is or shoot them down. Now, when this was first posted and started to spread, I had people on my X coming, fake, that's fake, fake, this baby, all this. And dude, I just started hammering away. So if you're listening tonight and you got banned because you ran your mouth with fake, dude, you better, if you ever come saying anything like that, you better come with proof. Sit in the shadows all the time doing nothing and just want to come out once in 10 years and just say fake, you ain't helping no one. And you were wrong. You were lying. It was real. It was 100% real. And he said this, and he's not the only one. Many others have said it and already called for it, for them to be shot down, okay? And people are shooting at them. It's begun. So let me just go over here. That brings me to, let's jump over to the feed. And that is the image. You're going to see some things here on the screen off my feed. I'm going to play some clips here that are important, that tie into all this. So you can see that's what one of these drones look like. You can see the green on one side, you can see the red on the other. And I've got clear shots. I've got some of the clearest video yet. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. You're going to see what these things look like tonight. Okay? Look, attention all tweakers. These drones have 4 catalytic converters and about 1,000 pounds of copper on them. You know what? All right, I put out a video on the serious tip of this right here. This is a drone, and there's a little bit of cussing here. Okay, so just a cuss word or two, because dude's flipped out. Robin, thank you. They're spraying. It's the drones. They're all over, and you can see there's multiple little lines in the sky, and there's multiple drones floating around. And they're spraying. They're dropping something, and this is some people come up and say, "Oh, people are flipping out because they're spraying us by drones when they've been spraying us by plane for years." And it's just like, dude, like, yeah, they spray from the planes for years. That's a different thing. We have no idea what this could be. To make a stupid statement like that and write it off is ridiculous. Here we go.
Look at this motherfucker. Look at him spraying. Look at that. Look at that. He is spraying the sky again. Bro, this is fucking crazy, man. Look at this guy. They're spraying the skies.
Don't worry, you're about to see some of the clearest footage you're ever going to see of one of these things here in just a couple minutes. Or as soon as I roll up to it here. And look what this is from. This is from the Obama movie. Yeah, Leave the World Behind. And what is it of? It's a drone dumping all these leaflets. And where are the leaflets from? Like, who are they blaming with the leaflets in the movie? Who were they blaming? Who? Iran. It's all been telegraphed. So the drone pops up by the car there and dumps all these leaflets. This drone comes flying in from nowhere. And it's just like one of these that we're seeing, these big, large ones that can go on forever and come out of nowhere. And do something like that. I told you the Obama movie telegraphed it. You could probably create a list. And here we go. Here is Elon. Drone swarm battles are coming that will boggle the mind. This, much love and shout out to Jay Reacher, Tapetronic. It's already telegraphed. Cat's out of the bag. This is how they do it, man. This is how they subtly always do it. Just like this. And Elon, keep him out there. As you can see here, this was from September. There was a conversation ongoing about the battlefields, and all these war fronts they got with Ukraine, all these things going on. And Elon pops in and says, well, drone swarm battles are coming that will boggle the mind. And he says, epic drone wars coming. Well, guess what? We ain't seen that yet. We ain't seen drone wars in the battlefield in Israel and Ukraine, nowhere that boggle the mind. So what is he talking about? He's been awful tight-lipped on the subject here lately. And DC, man, coming through, my gosh. Thank you for the huge support in the chat, man. No one comes through like you, man. Huge, man. Epic. That's right, man. I wish I had a way to give back, man. Thank you. God bless. I appreciate it to the fullest, man. More than I can even express. I can't stress enough when these things are telegraphed like this. Man, it's there. They told you. There's rules to this game. If you don't know how the occult works, how a lot of everything works, speaking things into existence and all that, well, they've got to tell you their plan. Oftentimes, it's the rules of the game. That's why they'll put it in a movie, or they'll ticker tape it into something somewhere, into a sigil, to get it into your mind, into your consciousness, even if it's your deep subconsciousness. Well, look, man, Elon just flat out said it here. I'm expecting that at some point there's going to be some kind of announcement that where this is going is in this direction. He done said it. You're talking about an epic staged drone war. And not just one. It looks like many. I mean, swarm battles. Swarm battles that will boggle the mind. I don't think you should take this lightly. I think you should heed this warning. Period. What he knew. I don't care if it's from September, someone would say. If it's from a different conversation, I don't care. Do you not have the eyes to see a jewel when one is dropped right in front of you? Man. Some people wouldn't know the answer if it smacked them in the face or in the teeth like a ball bat. That's right. Salute, Hoodie Ross. Much love. Yeah, we're talking something big here. So this all plays into what we know so far, that this is our government, They're doing a big drill. They're doing a massive drill, right? That's what's happening right now. And here's one. This was shared by several different people. This came off of a Reddit, a radar guy, that made this comment. And I'm just going to read it here so you guys know. It says 25-year operator for a major agency here. Just thought I'd let y'all know what's been going on the past few weeks. These drones are part of a military drill that's being conducted by Space Force. Everything is on a need-to-know basis, which is why there's so much confusion. What gets me concerned, and why I had to make this post, is that something big is about to go down. And I think you guys all know that, and you can feel it in the air. It says, I happen to know that there are additional full lockout drills that are scheduled to take place between now and Christmas Eve. These operations involve the full turnover of all radio and radar and aircraft communications to the military for several hours at a time. In conjunction with that, there are also scheduled satellite launches off the books, which have been occurring since October. They're setting up this big show for the public very soon. CNN was at our facility shooting pre-roll footage for a future story. I don't know exactly what is going on, but I know this. Get ready. You see, I mean, can you verify more on this? I don't know. Good luck if you can, and I'd love to see it if you can, but that's what we got. But this is how you get whistleblower and information like this. People just, they have enough and they drop it. They drop things like this, like, look, this is happening, and some people are in the know, okay? Now, that's that, right? That's that. I haven't even got to the Stephen Greer stuff, and I gotta warn you, before we get to the Stephen Greer stuff, man, there's something off about it, okay? There's just something off about it. The way he presents it, something off about him, okay? You just heard Kirby earlier trying to deny all this stuff. Well, tonight, multiple drones entered airspace at the New Jersey Naval Air Station. And they weren't just everyday regular planes. These are these drones, in which I'm going to show you here in a minute. This is now spread to multiple states. So if you're in a state and you see this, please let us know. Please holler. Please email me. Please let us know. Tag me on X or in the chat. We have what you see right here. This is insider paper. Mysterious flying drone invasion spreads to multiple states. And this is after New Jersey residents suffer alarming symptoms, according to unverified reports received by Daily Mail. Daily Mail receiving unverified reports from New Jersey residents that people were in my chat that are from Jersey. They're on my Twitter thing, in my chat, that are telling you they're there, they're sick, their whole families are sick. They're telling you the symptoms. They're right there in my chat. Okay? So, there's people, like, saying that something's going on. This says that they've developed swollen, runny eyes in some instances and other symptoms. That's why I put out the thing. If you have any symptoms, let us know. And people were responding. So, and people are concerned. Minx, welcome to the underground. All right, here's what I'm just going to show you some things as we're going through. I saw a line coming down from the sky yesterday evening around 6:30 p.m. in PA. No light or drone in sight, though. There were multiple clouds like this. There are reports coming in of over Omaha in Nebraska. There are reports coming in over Ohio. There are reports coming in from, like, many different places, man. Where people are saying they're seeing things. I just told you about that one. I don't know what this was all about right here. With this test page launched in the DoD with all this ASF. Some are saying, man, was this some kind of code? or what is this? Potentially, we could be missing something there. Could dive into it further. I couldn't spend any time on it, but there could be something right there. See here. All right, here it is.
Off with Dr. Steve.
This is kind of crazy right here, because the problem I have with this is if people take this hook, line, and sinker, and if Stephen Greer is a part of this, which a lot of people are saying today, they suspect, they don't know how to take this. They think that he is delivering truths, like part truths. It's always half truths, you know? And they're raising a lot of questions, like, why is he the chosen one? Why is he privy to all this stuff? Like, of all people, him. Why is he going around to all these places warning governments? And this, who is he to be the chosen one? And like, something just doesn't feel right. And I never shake that. When something's not right, something's not right. And I'm just going to play the clip and then we'll talk more about it. Here we go.
Stephen Greer, welcome. And what's going on with these drones? Everybody wants to get your opinion.
Well, some backstory on that. These all began some months ago after a team of high-level black site defectors decided that they would come forward between now and in early January with all the evidence and information from 6 different black sites that have been involved in shooting down the ET craft, the reverse engineering of them, the ET bodies, and the man-made, what they call ATs, which is advanced technology, which are the man-made UFOs, which are most of what people see.
Look at that.
Now,
That's
of course,
one of them drones.
The covert transnational corrupt organization running covert UFO UAP programs knows this. And of course, they can monitor everything with or without an encrypted block. And they are now launching what we had predicted in the late 1990s, and that is a series of diversionary false flag events to confuse the public and the politicians and the Pentagon as to what these UAPs are. So the whole launch of the drones that you're seeing in the United Kingdom, those started after I got back to the United Kingdom, providing briefings to the senior leadership of that country about this emerging disclosure that will be the biggest event in modern human history, frankly. The people coming forward are not secondhand or even minor firsthand. These are operators assigned to special forces who have now risen up to a senior position at these key black sites, and they will be unmasked. They will be named. They will have the evidence. They will have the proof, and that's all happening in the next 30 days or so. I am telling you this because it is imminent. It's why I've been on a tour all over the world meeting with senior officials in the U.S. government, the incoming administration, the current leaders in the House and the Senate. In fact, I just got back from Washington last night. So that is what is happening. The drones are a predictable launch of a diversionary and a confusing event. They're certainly not extraterrestrial or NHI. The pop culture now is non-human intelligence term, NHI craft. It's clear that they're able to have assets that are ground-based or in STIFs, subterranean facilities, or what some people call DUMBs, deep underground military bases, where they can launch these sort of objects and create all kinds of confusion and alarm and panic. This is now breaking all into the mainstream news, just as this group is pivoting to disclose the facts and the real information. So this is a PSYOP, psychological warfare operation. We predicted it. We've been predicting it for 25 years. If you read my paper that I wrote in 1999, it's on our website, drstephengreer.com. And it states very pointedly that the actors who are keeping this secret will take the momentum of disclosure and try to turn it into an alien invasion scenario, a good versus bad alien scenario, a way to keep war running all over the world, and also aggrandize the military industrial complex with trillions of dollars in new spending to create a countermeasure to the alien threat. So we know this was the plan that was hatched in 1953 or so at the CIA. We have documents to that effect, and that it would only take place because there had been a long-term, multi-decade psychological warfare operation that began in the late in 50s in earnest with the man-made UFOs, and then later where they were using altered humans, and then in the later robotic aliens to abduct humans and to instigate terrorizing events like mutilations. And on occasion where they placed these man-made UFOs over developing world villages and blown up the whole village and killed dozens of people. Now, we have people on the inside who know all this. And so now the incoming president doesn't know this, the Congress doesn't know this, and 99.9% of the Pentagon don't know it, but this is what's going to be coming out in part. And the very granular details of what this defection group is going to put out there, we don't know, but it will absolutely be dispositive proof, but also the fact that they've agreed to unmask themselves, meaning they'll be named, is new. I just learned that a couple weeks ago when the leader of that group met with me at my place in Washington, D.C. So we'll see what happens if they don't get scrubbed. I mean, if they're not assassinated between now and then, this is what's coming out. And I'm making an attempt. I sort of joke, I've become the cosmic Paul Revere, going around trying to give a heads up to leaders around the world about this.
You know, exactly. Busy times right now, and it's crazy what's going on in the major media on how they're putting it out there. We don't know what these things are, but don't worry about it. They don't mean us any harm. And some of
What
these
nonsense. We know what they are, and we know why they're there. Now, the press conference at the Pentagon today, there was a young woman who was saying, well, blah, blah. And I think, honestly, now people say, well, she's lying. She's not lying. Look, I've been briefing people at the level of 3-star generals and CIA directors for 31 years this week when I first briefed the director of the CIA, who knew nothing about this issue. They were lying to him. So people make this big mistake, and they think that because you're in the U.S. government or the CIA or DOD, Department of Defense, that you know all about this and everyone's in this big conspiracy keeping it secret. No. 99.9% of everyone in the U.S. government, particularly our political leaders, know virtually nothing about this subject. And what they do know is 9 parts disinformation, false information, and maybe 1 part information. And that's true of the House Oversight Committee, the Senate Intelligence Committee, the Armed Services Committee, because I know that when we have gone up there and provided, you know, like the last meeting I had up there about a month ago, I had the senior official from Great Britain and the head of this special forces unit that is going to be assigned to law enforcement, not the defector, and then our whistleblower, the Marine, Michael Herrera.
So, and thank you, CS. Let's pick this apart, because this is huge, okay? This right here is absolutely huge, okay? For many different reasons, in my opinion. The scary part here is how much Greer is lying or is a part of this whole thing. Now, let's back it up. He says,
involved in shooting down the a team of high-level black site defectors decided that they would come forward between now and in early January with all the evidence and information from 6 different black sites that have been involved in shooting down the ET craft, the reverse engineering of them, the ET bodies, and the man-made what they call ATs, which is advanced technology, which are the man-made UFOs, which are most of what people see. Now, of course, the covert transnational.
Okay. What I want to point out there, what he just said is this is a team of defectors. I want everyone to get this clear. He is claiming that a team of high-level defectors coming from all these black sites that have all this evidence of UFO stuff, technology, what they want to call alien. This is the problem with Greer. Greer, the connection with aliens, and what he says with I'm telling you, it's the fallen. This is where they're getting all their technology. Ultimately, it's pretty obvious, but they're not going to tell the world that. They're not going to come out and they're not going to say that. He's saying that in the next 30 days, they're about to come out with huge information. He says it's the biggest event. This is the next big thing. This is the biggest event in human history. He is the chosen one. He is going around warning all these governments, all these places, telling everybody what's going on. Is how he's putting it, of what's about to happen. Acting like the government doesn't know these guys have defected. Man, I find that hard to believe. From all these black sites and all this, it hasn't picked up on their communication and heard them talking about it and all this other stuff. Like, see, man. It's where some of these stories start to fall apart right in front of me. And when I start to just ask these quick, common questions, to shred them. And then that's red flags. Red flags start flying. And when I start seeing red flags flying, something's not right. Something's off. And that's why I told you, something's off about this. So you just heard everything he had to say. When you take it and break it down here, we're looking at some mystery defectors that he's portraying to be some like white knights that are about to tell the whole world the truth about what they've shot down, all this other stuff. This is disclosure. Do you understand what is about to happen? This is disclosure. And do you think that they would allow some rogues to do this, the government, and roll this type of information out? Or would it be a fully controlled and orchestrated and scripted event like you know they always are? Oh, I hear ding, 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 ding. Yep, you hit it. That's it, folks. He's telling you, and he's putting all of his credibility, he's putting everything on the line here, that this is happening by early January. So this is the huge event. This is happening before Inauguration Day. Do you understand? This is happening before Trump gets in office. Do you understand? Who had the alien card, even though it's the fallen, but the alien card is what we call it, on the table to be played here in this window? Because that's what he's saying. And I've got to say that I feel like there's a lot of truth about the announcement part. This is absolutely huge. They're about to make an announcement, dude. To the whole world, dude. Get ready, man. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting chills. And dude, this is going to be part of a freaking lie. Do you understand me? A deception. Don't you ever forget it. You've always known it. Don't you ever forget it. They're bringing down an all-star like Greer to push it. Some of us ain't stupid. We sniff these things out right out Jump Street. So you know this whole team of white knights that have defected from 5 different black sites, they got all this proof they've got away with, like Snowden or Julian Assange on steroids, and they're about to tell the whole world. And you're just going around telling all these people, and you ain't got assassinated? You see what happens when I start asking common sense questions? And you ain't been assassinated. You ain't been stopped. You know what that means. I've been doing this too long, fool. This ain't my first rodeo. I smell it from a mile away. Problem is, you can just go ahead and say he's in on it. My gosh. Most High in heaven be with me. Iron Man, thank you for the coffee. Jesus saves, God bless. May he return like a thief in the night. They are about to do it. They're about to do it. He just told you they are about to do it. And that the government is lying, obviously. They're using this as some kind of, they're playing stupid. Or however, as he puts it. But they fully know. You have to, when you know that the places that create these things like DARPA and all that, they're government agencies do. I mean, like, this is kind of stupid. I see what they're trying to do. I see what they've done. I see it. I see it. I see through it. Because we have the eyes to see. They're about to pull. Oh my gosh. Like, guys, man, they're really about to try and pull this off, dude. This isn't gonna go away. I pray to the Most High that, like, they don't get their way here. I don't see how we dodge this, seeking truth, man. Um, yeah, fear nothing, fear not. That's the truth. But you know the moment you've always seen coming, telegraphed of what they're about to try to do? If they try to paint any entity, any entity, any entity, in any shape or form, if anything is said here, which he is saying is about to be, they're about to tell you what they've got. And he's saying the names of these people are all going to be out there full blown. So all this is about to come full blown. He even mentioned if they're not assassinated. Which, again, I bring up, well, why are you not assassinated? You've got all the information too, and you're running around telling everybody. It's because they want you to see this, just like they want you to see the drones. If they didn't want you to see the drones, they would have no lights on them. This is a psychological operation, as well as, I mean, this is a drill. We're seeing a drill. That part is true. It's right. It's an operation. I don't even call it. It's not even a drill. This is an operation. Like, we're part of it. It's already on. It's already in motion. And man, I feel like they're about to announce they're here. He just said this would be the single biggest event in human history. And he would be right. crazy enough, a lot of the things he said he'd be right. Because they're controlling all of it. And he knows the script. Only other option is that he's a complete liar. This is all fairy tale. None of it's going to happen or come true. It's all fake. It's just made up. He's going to be made to look like an ass. He's going to ruin his reputation. I don't see it going that route. I mean, he's in on it, but I think this is about to happen, y'all. I think it's about to happen. Bob Lazar memes. It reminds me of that, doesn't he? He does. He does. It's got that feel, right? Right? Like, oh man. Dude, let me say. We may be getting ready to see one of the biggest events of our lives. He just said human history. Guys, do not take this lightly. As always, I'm going to have to push on. We're going to have to talk about other things. We're going to have to go to different aspects of this. Do not forget about this. Keep this in the forefront of your mind. Early January is like 3 weeks away. Something huge is about to happen. You can feel it. I don't know. Ultimately, the end game. You heard the aspects there. Let me see if I got anything else here on this. No. It doesn't get any bigger than that. So I'm gonna add some of these things into the mix here. And then recap. These things are showing up over agricultural facilities in Germany. They have been spotted over places making food. They are over the U.S. Air Base in Germany. Okay? This air base in Germany is special because it controls the signals to all of our drone flights throughout all of that side of the world. If they're trying to bomb someone or to strike someone with a drone, predator drone, anywhere on the other side of the planet, those signals go through the bases right here at this base in Germany. They sure do. They can be controlling it in a base in Arizona or Nevada or Missouri here in the United States. But the signal goes through a repeater and is broadcast through the bases here. It's now known. They can't hide it. They used to keep it all hidden under wraps, but now it's obvious. Some of these things become obvious. When you're looking at how the technology and all this stuff is working, how they're pulling it off. And it seems kind of crazy to me that they're flying around the one base that controls the signals and all that stuff for the drones. So just saying. Let's look here. You see this? What these military drones look like? They got wings. They look like an airplane. They can come in different shapes and sizes. The wings, the drones that, like what we're seeing, that have, they're like a mix. They have wings, but then they also have propellers that come up like a helicopter, like a DJI drone, like a smaller drone. They had the propellers like that. So it's almost like a hybrid of sorts, or multiple versions that are being seen out there, which is a very high possibility, I would say. We're seeing a couple different versions. But this traditionally is what they come looking at. And I get the people that give me the description on these, and it's this color and everything, the military color that's on them, just like the Predators and everything else. But you can see right there, U.S. Ramstein base is key in drone attacks. This article saying the same thing. Where we're seeing these drones swarming and showing up on just so happens to be the key drone base. Right here, the clearest drone footage I've ever seen, as it says here. So get ready. I'm gonna play it. We're zoomed in. Maybe I'll even have to pause it here. Going right over top of them. Here we go. We're gonna see the shape and everything of this. Look at this. Look at that. Man, that's like a V. That's like a boomerang shape. Look at that. That's like a boomerang shape. Okay? What are they doing? Alright. You see it right there. That's a boomerang shape going right over top. Like a V almost. Yeah, you see it right there. It's almost like a stealth. Almost like a stealth. What a stealth looks like. How the wings are cocked out like that. It's shaped like a stealth. That's so I mean, look at it. You can see the boomerang shape in it. Look at it. V shape in it. It's this is what we're dealing with in mass. Is primarily this one. This is the new one that's on the scene. This is the one that's causing all the chaos. It's this right here. Just floating right above dude here. This is what a ton of people are seeing. I've got images. People are sending me. You know what? I think I got a better one. Oh man, tell me I got it. Look at that. This was sent in to me. I got all types of stuff to get sent in to me, and all types of different images. In terms of clarity, look at that. And again, with these lights on the front of it, right here, and then wings that would bow down. Maybe, yeah, it's got a tail that goes down here, but the lights are not lit up. The lights are lit up on this one on the back side. And I have all these images that come in looking similar, just like this. So that going right over top of people. This is what they're seeing. So that's some of the clearest that I've got, that I've seen being shared. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that shape. I mean that one right there, without a doubt, man. It's that was a good catch right there. That's what I'm saying. If you guys got footage like that, can catch anything, the clearer the footage, the better. That way we can get a beat on the model, on what we're dealing with here, what it could be equipped with. We can start to narrow some things down. If it looks I mean, it had that, yeah, that had like stealth bomber um feel to it. And these drones could be that. Uh, You're talking, we're not talking about everyday drones here. We're talking about these are some of the baddest drones we've ever seen yet on the planet. These things can go anywhere. They got gas tanks like it's never been seen before. They're coming back every night. They're disappearing. They're traveling distances that people have never seen. These are not drones that are flown with a line of sight like a DJI or anything else. These things are being flown from far distances. Someone's like flying it like they're in the cockpit from somewhere. Do you see? They're like in a base, in a room somewhere, just like our guys do, like I explained to you earlier, in Arizona and Missouri. They fly Predator drones around the other side of the planet from a base. Same thing's happening here. Same thing is happening here. And these things are being flown like remote control. It's damn near like a video game. It's in first person. It's pretty crazy. When you're flying a drone and you got a headset on, it's a wild experience. It's like you're flying. And when you're flying one of these, I'm telling you, these dudes are flying. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. That's how they're being flown. The only other way that they're being flown without humans doing that is with AI applied, which we're probably dealing with a combination. So we're being told through this story that see, this is the one thing Greer did not make clear. It's what I said. It's so confusing. So if 99.9% of our government know nothing about this, like he was saying, and that's why he's going all over the place, well then the ones controlling these drones are this little group of people he's talking about. That's about to expose everything. It's about to drop everything. That's who it is. Do you see? It's them doing that then. Because he's playing the card that it's this mystery group of people, this whole story he just dropped on us about what's about to happen. Like, disclosure is about to happen. Okay? Do you understand this? That is going to be the word of the day from here on out, if this is checking out to be true, where this is leading. Yes, these are human drones, but for whatever reason, it's a psyop to see how people are reacting and everything else to just known, what we can tell are human objects. What happens if they start rolling out some stuff we start seeing that's next level? Then you know it's here. Then you know it's just a matter of any moment. We don't know. He didn't give a day. He said by early January. So we've got just a matter of weeks, and disclosure is about to happen. Okay? Or, we're going to hear Greer's dead, assassinated, all these other people are dead from 5 different bases, and this whole thing will come apart. But I don't think so. I think that this is it. That is huge because our whole world's about to change. And I don't buy that our government's not in on all this. They're in on all this, and you know it. And they're all a part of it. Okay? Come on. We're just not that stupid, man. This is how it's being presented. This is how it's been chose. They're going to roll it out. This is it. This is it. This is it. It's not going to be Trump coming out telling you on TV, yeah, there's aliens. And this, no, it's not that. It's these guys. These are the chosen ones. Obviously, he even said it himself. These are the chosen ones. This ain't good. This ain't good, because they're about to introduce the fallen. They're about to introduce the fallen, and they're about to introduce them. I'm telling you. Almost in a savior way. You watch. You watch. You watch, dude. Something bad is about to happen, man. Dude, I can feel it. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my soul. Dude, this is not good, man. You all should have a plan. I've told you forever. You better have a plan, because as soon as the sheep realize this, and all this goes in, hopefully everyone handles this good. How do you think they're going to portray these things? Huh? Is you going to call them the bad guys? I don't think so. That's the scary part. Dude. This is finna get interesting. I guess. Buckle up. I have a plan. How do you think this is going to affect the markets when this breaks and all the sheep and everyone around you? Here's this. It's going to be like earth shattering. What do you think that they're about to say? It's about to be disclosure. It's going to be a lie. It's that card, man. This isn't good. This isn't good. I don't see how they just came out and Greer did all this, and it's a lie. I feel it's about to happen. So I'd buckle up. I think it's about to happen. Whether he's a part of it and he's a agent and he's deception in ways and this and that, I think it's about to happen. My biggest thing here is that if that's the case, this is going to go beyond drones. The story's going to switch up at some point, and it's going to have to be that they didn't want to panic no one. Of course, that's always what's said. But how do you go about this? If you're going to have disclosure, you got to cross that bridge. You got to cross that bridge. You see? So, are they warming people up real quick? Gauging what's happening? Seeing if people are going to flip out, how well they're handling things? Maybe. Maybe it feels like that. Drone wars is one thing. Disclosure is a whole freaking another. I can't get over this, man, because this is why Elon's sitting there quiet, all of them. You don't think the world's richest man that has all and everything to do with SpaceX and beyond, that they haven't figured this whole thing, they don't know what is going on with the fallen? Something huge is about to happen, I'm telling you. He just told you the biggest event the world's ever seen. this is gonna rock the foundations of everything, man. This is nuts, man. We talk about a lot of crazy stuff and cover it, but I'm telling you now, you better get it ready. You're right. Those that didn't prepare, man, you just never know what's gonna get thrown at us these days. But when you say they wait till after Christmas, I don't know. I don't know. What sucks here is that I already know and feel that this all part is staged. This all part of the plan. This is it. You're witnessing the grandiose, all the years, all the talk you ever heard about this. And who else? Again, they grabbed an all-star dude like Greer to pull this off to the people. He didn't even look like he's too happy to do it. It almost looks like there's somebody with a gun off camera pointing at him. He just didn't look happy. But he doesn't, and that's my only problem with it is that I know he's a part of it. I know he's going along with something here. But I believe it. I believe it's disclosure. This is crazy, guys. You're right. Israel just took Mount Hermon and has full possession. Dude, this is nuts, man. All right. What I would say at this point is all we can do is keep an eye on what's going on in the skies the best that we can. If it switches up, if it changes, and we start to see something different, that's when we're going to be right here discussing it. That's when it goes to a whole new level. I'm talking like orbs. Right, then you all want to start talking blue beam, like something different outside of these, like big ships, like, yeah, all that, everything that everyone can feel floating in the air. Kind of crazy that at 11:11, dude just gave us confirmation that all this is gonna happen, and it's about to go down. Just like nothing bigger at this point. This like Trump's the nuke stuff and everything else because he told you they're about to reveal to the world what they shot down, what they found. Now, but listen, look, I want to remind you of a couple things. A couple things here, right? They've come out this year and last year in Congress on film under testimony that Gorish, all of them, they said they have recovered crashes and that they have recovered biologicals. That's the word he used. Entities, life forms, fallen. They've said this. So that's not going to be a shock if they come out and just regurgitate that and say that. I think like with this announcement, like there's going to be something like visual. Like, man, guys, you could really be getting ready to see them pull this crap off. And I got a problem with that because a lot of people are going to freak out and it's going to cause some chaos. And people are just going to, like, just imagine to do it right before inauguration or something. And, like, then Trump comes out and says, all right, everybody, do this, do that. Like, oh, my gosh. We're going to be under a national emergency day one. He's going to put us under. I mean, add this event to the list. This trumps any of the other crap. You're talking about them disclosing an intelligent life form. I haven't even said that word yet. It's just an intelligence beyond ours. Not microbes they found, or no. You're talking Like, do you think that they're gonna say this and they're not gonna show themselves? They're not gonna. Something's not gonna be seen. I don't know. The grand show could definitely happen like anytime. Per what this dude's saying, the stage is set, man. If you would have said, in the summertime that all this was going to happen by now, the skies are going to be filled with these mystery drones, and that like they were talking like they were about to have disclosure, probably would have shook their head like, nah, it's actually happening. Those cards are actually being played. You can't laugh at all and say it's a conspiracy anymore. Or it's garbage. It's being played. Dude, this is a crazy time to be alive. It's one of the reasons I guess we came in for this run, but this is it. Let me say this as well with what he said. There's something that keeps hitting at me. They're going to turn your weapon into plowshares. They're going to come for everything. They're not going to war them. They're not going to go to war. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's why they're doing nothing. They're going to say they're friendlies. If they roll this out the way that he just, like he said, all right, look, this is going to turn into one or two different things. It may be both. It may be one first. And then once they've crushed everybody, they'll enforce the second, which is probably what's going to happen. They're going to wage wars. They're going to wage these space wars, these major wars, these drone wars, or this something is going to happen here. We're about to witness. Okay? Then, I think when these things are announced, my guess is that when they announce whatever this big announcement is, it's going to be the biggest in human history. That they're here. It's going to shatter everything. It's going to be a literal paradigm shift. And it reminds me of Ronald Reagan saying how he wondered if we all would come together if we faced a greater threat from beyond. And here it is. You know what? You know why this is being played? It's because this is it. This is the Endgame card. Now, you take this battle to this level. It's almost surreal, man. What did he just say? He said extend the war into this direction. Listen to the key things. He knows some things. He dropped them. It's gonna switch the wars to this. It reminds me of the scripture of where in the end that everyone will be forced to turn in their weapons and they'll be turned into plowshares because no one will be able to wage war against this, and it'd be a false peace. They've been trying to tell people not to fight it, to be at peace, and that everyone should be at peace, and that you should give up your weapons, and that we can't live in society together as species if people are gonna try to kill them. Just like if gonna try to kill any person out there, they're gonna be like, you're a murderer. Something crazy is about to happen, dude. This is nuts, man. This is crazy. It's gonna take a while to digest, but I don't even think you got enough time to digest it. It's coming fast like a freight train. Um, this is crazy. The information is nuts when you're tearing into it. They're about to play that card, man. It's already being played right in front of your face. So if not, we're calling out Greer. We're calling him out. We're burning him down, and all this stuff. I don't think it's gonna happen, though. I think that everything he says is gonna happen. So, um, it trumps everything. It trumps everything. And look, all these wars coming to an end, or like the final ones, Iran's the last boogeyman. So, okay, we strike them. What are they going to try to play out a World War III scenario here? These things show up, what? Like, demand peace? I don't know what, something crazy is about to go down here, man. Like, I'm almost saying, I'm praying on this hard. I suggest all of you do too. This is the long awaited finale. It's an incredible time to be alive. I mean, here we are. At some point, it was going to happen. All these crazy things are going to happen. Biblical things are going to happen. Prophetic things are going to happen. We're going to, at some point, see it, live through it. Here we are. Who knew that, out of nowhere, it was going to go down like this, but interesting, to say the least. I don't see the drones disappearing. I see us having more things happen in the coming days. And kind of the same thing from the government. If they can keep on down this route, this kind of like, smoke screening us, not really like Kirby sitting there not saying nothing. Like this kept going in circles, saying, oh, it's this manned aircraft and all this, and like literally denying the incursions over the airbase when all this is really happening. When we know, because everyone's seeing it. They're boldly lying to us. And again, like, to say that, look, they're coming from a mothership off the coast. Let's not forget that. We know this. We know a lot of information at this point. No, this isn't a mothership that flies in the sky. Although at this point, with high technology, who knows what they're rolling out? It seems the game's changing. But you could very simply be on not even a military ship, just a regular cargo ship, a tanker, even a submarine coming out of the water. They could take these things, set them up on the top of it, and they could launch them. They have designed to put on these ships. DARPA did this years ago. I was looking at the images today. They can take these drones and they can launch them and they can catch them with this crazy arm off the side of a boat. And these boats don't have to be huge. So they could just have these drones like lined up and they could take off, and when they come back in, they can catch them with these arms. It's crazy. Plus, the ones with the upper propellers, they can just land anywhere, anyway. Just like I could land my DJI anywhere, anyway. And I know it's easily possible because I've done it. I've been out in the ocean with my drone and flown it on a little boat, rocking in the waves, but and landed the drone on the platform on it. Sure have. It's crazy as hell. You got the footage to prove it. But if I can do that, they can surely be landing drones on a platform out in the water out there. Come on. A big boat. They have to be going somewhere and coming from somewhere. This is like the obvious point where they're lying to us and where I start to get pissed off. Like, look, this is beyond gaslighting, dude. We got dudes over here telling us they're about to have full-blown disclosure at any time. I feel like the government is just stalling us out. That's it. They're just buying time. Before what is the question? This big announcement? Well, get some final thoughts on this here tonight. And check the chat here. Give some shout outs, give some final thoughts here. Check some of the feeds, some updates here. Was there one? Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can find this. Actually, I should have it on my page real quick. Before we go, I was going to show you this clip of a dude shooting. Can't find it now. Oh, I'm going to shut this down. All right, well. Next time, I'm going to have plenty to tear into. If you guys got images, if you got video, you guys are catching. Send it in my way. I'm going to compile a list. Let's put it all together. And we need to start keeping track of this, right? Like, who else is going to do it? Our government's lying. They act like nothing's going on. Like, we need to have, like, a list put together. Like, we need, like, someone keeping track of this, like, full scale. We need someone on top of this, man. Because they're acting like, oh, it's nothing. Just let them do what they want. Let them fly wherever and invade your privacy and do all this. And it's just garbage. We need to be keeping track of the bases they're going over, the states they're being seen in, because that means something. If you're telling me, because I've already seen the reports that they've been seen in Nebraska and parts of Ohio, it's like, okay, if that's the case, we need to track them back to wherever they're coming from, because they're obviously not going out into the ocean from there. They're like being launched from somewhere. But you heard what Greer said. They've got locations, underground silos, bases. They got parts in mountains that just open up. The sides of mountains open up in the middle of nowhere. And they can launch these things. They do. They do have that. I'll give them that. If that's the case, though, then they're lying full scale. Because that's the military and the full-blown government. It's the high military involved right there. They're lying to our faces. When have you ever seen them boldly lie like this? So blatantly. I mean, it's... At some point, one of these things are going to come down. Somebody's going to shoot one down. It's going to come down. And, at some point, if this is going to escalate, I already put a challenge out there. If somebody could take a boat out in the direction where these things are coming, I would also be careful right now of footage. I saw some very suspect footage being shared tonight. It was a whole big string of what looked like, I don't know what it was, a bunch of white things. It was people were trying to share it saying it was UFOs over Jersey. and all that. And I could find everywhere I looked, there was no confirmation on it. It all tracked back to what a guy I call a Trump shill, and that I know a lot of things about that just didn't check out to be good. I don't know, man. At this point, all hands on deck, folks. Anything is possible. I feel like we all knew it was coming. We all knew something huge is coming. You could feel it this whole time. To sit there and have this happen, though, for Greer to come out and say, this is the biggest event in human history. I mean, disclosure. I mean, that's crazy. Where this goes from here, man, you cannot forget. I don't trust none of this. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust any of these life forms they're about to show us, any of these entities. I don't trust none of it. I trust none of it. I don't care if Elon's like, oh, we met with them, and all the Space Force met with them, and oh my gosh, dude, this is about to not be good. Like, dude, this is just not. Either that or like a huge war is about to ensue in the heavens, in space, that's about to be fought in front of your, like, mind-boggling, like Elon said. Just like he said. Oh my gosh. This is beyond drones, dude. I got a funny feeling that I don't know, like I just foresee that somehow, some way, these things are going to be ID'd, whether one crashes or in the pale moonlight, it's seen really good. I don't know what it is, but I think, like, I got a really clear shot, like right there. If there'd have been light in the sky, ambient light, moonlight, or anything else around, and caught the body of it, like that video we saw tonight, it would have told us a lot more. We just need more footage. So again, dabu7@yahoo.com. I'll take whatever you guys got. Yeah, the Great War in Space. The great show is about to be set, it seems. What a time. What a time. This is just crazy. I can't put enough emphasis on it, but yeah, I'm gonna check the chat here one more last time before I take us out of here. Give some shout outs. And shut this one down for the night. I appreciate you guys joining me for the streams. Long one night, but a lot to cover, and it's not every night that you get to play footage like we saw and talk about the reality that disclosure is about to happen, like any moment, like it's imminent. It's imminent. Before Trump even gets in office. That's we'll see how this all plays out. I guess it just makes it that much more interesting at this point. But in regards to the drones, man, be safe out there, y'all. And even if you've got some stuff that I don't know, just be safe. I know a lot of people are gonna be doing their thing out there, but somebody sent me some footage and they were like, "Look, don't share it," but you know, they're they're doing something toward these things in the sky. Yeah. Well, I definitely won't share it if you don't want me to, but somebody, I have a funny feeling one of these things is going to come down out of the sky somehow, some way, with so much of this going on. But yeah, man. Looking at the chat, much love again. Man, DC, thank you for the support. I want to thank everybody that hit super chats tonight. and drop the memberships to the underground. That's appreciated more than you guys know. And if you don't know, if you're new to the channel, I'm going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here, dropping videos damn near every day, right here on this channel, and posting information over on X. X is where, all the breaking stuff is going. If I'm doing any videos, going live, right now, it's right here. So, much love. Thank you, DY. Thank you, all the mods. Thank you, everybody. Anyone that shares the stream, fights the fight. Appreciate it more than you know. Again, going live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Check in on the channel, man. People like me, they don't send you notifications. Usually, like I said before, heavily censored. Check in on the channel. Y'all be safe. And look, have a plan, man. If you were to ask me where we sit right now, I would have to say that out of all the years that you've been prepping, you've been buying Mountain House food in case an emergency happens, and you've been doing all these years, you've heard about trying to get a plan, have it together, get ready for something in case the lights go out or anything goes down. I would not get caught slipping in this window. Because the probability of anything crazy happening like here is through the roof. This window, the odds are so astronomical and huge. And you can already see it's already aligned to do it. I have a plan, man. I have gas tanks ready. I have backup, everything ready. Just stop tonight when you got some spare time. Do yourself a favor. Stop and think and imagine what's going to happen to the world around you when this happens. How people are about to react. Governments and all, everyday people. Is there going to be a run on banks, gas stations, all these things, or not, I guess we're about to see, but I'd be prepared for that. I'd think about some of these things. I wouldn't want to get caught out there in the madness with the zombies. Just saying. Just saying. You thought that when they announced lockdowns, everything went into a flurry, and that was crazy. You couldn't leave your house, couldn't even hop on the highway without having essential papers. Like, all that was crazy, yeah. This is going to be a different kind of crazy. I can't stress it enough. Crazy times. I love you guys. Much love. God bless. And, if the Lord doesn't return in the coming days, I'll see you here next time for some Underground World News Live. Eyes to the skies. Good points, Gary. Much love, brother. All the pure bloods out there. Much love. Eon, legendary. Legendary. I appreciate all Much love,